Hey, this is one of my favorite spots when I come home to Boston. I love Davio's Linfield. It has a great energy, great food, and of course, all from my friend Steve DiFillippo. We're going to talk to Steve today and find out different things about him. I'm going to ask some very fun questions. We're also going to be joined by the Monterosso brothers, David and Arthur. It's going to be a great time, and all of our friends are going to be here. So, come on, let's go into Davio's. All right, so look at this. We're so lucky to be here because we're here with Steve DiFillippo, the CEO of Davio's, restaurateur, chef, all over the place. You're doing it all.
And, I'm trying to keep it all going.
Yeah, I know it's a lot of work. So what is at Davio's, what is your favorite dish here that you love to eat?
Well, I think my mom's meatballs. My name is Meatballs. I mean, that's something that I just, you grew up eating them,
Right.
It's something that I just never can eat enough of them.
But you didn't always have meatballs on the menu.
No, it's probably about, I would say like 10 years ago we started meatballs. Because, meatballs are kind of, it's an American thing, it's not really Italian,
right.
as you know.
Yeah.
So we fought it. I never wanted to have meatballs. I wanted to be a northern Italian. I wanted to be an authentic Italian.
Right.
But as you know, I don't know how many years ago, meatballs became just in. It became this huge thing.
Right.
So we started doing them, and now we probably sell 30 orders a night. I mean, it's just crazy how popular the meatballs are.
Yeah. So whose recipe is this?
Well, it started with my mother and grandmother, but we changed it over there. The technique is really from my grandmother, but we changed it. We have Kobe beef now instead of just regular stuff. The Kobe has more fat in it, so I think it has more flavor. But we still takes 3 days to make these. We make the mix the night before, then we cook them. Then we cook them in the sauce. The actual sauce is right here. This is the sauce. We cook them in for 3 hours. Then we pull them out, and then we put it back in the fridge, and we have them the next day. That's why they're so tender.
So I want to ask you, what is your favorite city in Italy?
Italy, wow. Oh my goodness, that's a tough one. I'm not sure I'd call it a city.
Mm-hmm.
It's Capri is probably my favorite place to go. I like that whole area. But also, I like Milan. I know it seems like a crazy thing to say Milan and Capri, but Milan I like is because of the restaurants. I like it there because it's, obviously the shopping. It's really the fashion plate of Italy.
Yes.
It's just incredible.
Yes, absolutely.
But I also like to go to Tuscany. I like to go to big. So
do you like Sicily?
Yeah.
I've never been to Sicily. I was supposed to go one time, and then we couldn't get in. It was an issue, so there was a problem with the airport. So we ended up going to Rome or something.
Right.
Like somewhere else, but so someday I'll get there.
Okay, so I've got to ask you. So when you're going out in Boston to eat, what's your favorite place to go?
Well, it depends what I like to eat, right?
Right.
I love sushi. I love to go to different restaurants. I like Spanish food. I tend to not really eat a lot of Italian food when I go out.
Right. Well, why would you?
Yeah, so I go to Oishi for sushi. Oishi, I think, is just incredible.
And where is that?
It's right on Washington Street in South End. It's just really incredible, Oishi. And then I like going to Toro. It's like being in Barcelona. It's so authentic. Spanish food.
Is it tapas?
Tapas, yeah. But they have full entrees as well. And it's not just all tapas.
I love
Ken Oranger, it's just, the place is just so good. I really highly recommend it. It's, those are probably my two favorites.
If you could invite 7 people, you're the 8th, to dinner from any time period, who would they be? So 7. You get 7, you're the 8th.
Well, obviously, it'd have to be my dad and my grandmother. Those are 2. My mom's still here. My mom, maybe from 10 years ago, maybe not now because she's got dementia. But
so that's 3.
Yeah, I definitely want to do that again. That would be a lot of fun. And I know you're probably going for Abraham Lincoln. I just want to have my family. I would just have my kids and my wife and just kind of get together and have everybody back together again.
Right. That's nice.
That's what I'd like to do. I miss that.
So that's a family. You know, it's funny because I ask that question a lot on my workshops.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting where people are at. It tells you where people are at.
Actually, a really good question.
Yeah.
It's a great question. Okay, so here's the other questions. You sort of segued into what I was going to ask you was, so who has been the most famous person that's jaw-dropping and it can't be Giselle?
That's Tom Brady, yeah, obviously. They've had many times.
Yeah.
But, no, I guess you'd have to say, is it Oprah? Is it Bill Gates? Is it Bruce Springsteen, Mick Jagger? I don't know. I'm not really sure who's more famous.
How about for you? I'm saying for you.
Well, I'm a Springsteen fan, so
that's fun.
When I got to meet him and
That's so fun.
because his manager's a good friend of mine, so I get to go to all the shows. But it's funny. He calls me the Philly roll guy because he loves those Philly rolls.
Oh, he loves these.
That's his thing. No, but I mean, I don't. I mean, it's kind of cool.
You don't
when
care.
I honestly don't care.
I know,
It just
but that's
doesn't-
in Boston.
Yeah, I just don't matter to me. But
Here he is.
We're
Wanna get in
gonna
here?
ask this guy.
Come on.
yeah.
You go sit.
I-
You gotta sit over there.
Come on, you're over here.
What's up,
This is
guys?
Steve.
Oh, you can see- oh, wait.
Hi, baby. How are you?
Better late than never, right?
Of course, of course.
How's everything?
Good. We're having fun. So, what would be your people that you would invite to your table? So I asked Steve if he could invite. He has a table of 8. He's one. If he could invite 7 people from any time frame, who would it be? And really, he wanted his family, like his grandmother and.
Because they're not with us anymore.
Yeah, but his whole family together, all again. Well, who would you want?
I don't know how many, like 7 people. It would take me a while to think of all 7. But who I would want there? My mother. She passed.
Yeah.
When we were young kids, and it would be cool to sit down with her face to face.
See your success. She'd be so proud of you. Guys.
Yeah, it would be amazing. So I would definitely, she'd be number 1, 100%. But then other than that, I don't know. I'd probably just take my brother, my sister, my brother-in-law.
I miss my grandmother and my grandfather, obviously, my dad, and my mom who is alive, but she has dementia, so she's not really with us. So, I'd like to go back, to when we're all together again.
That's
And of course,
awesome.
my kids and my wife, just your family,
That's cool.
because it's never gonna happen again.
Right.
So it's kind of sad. It'd be a work thing, right? We got together with Elvis or Springsteen or all these famous people. We'd be sitting there and it wouldn't be like this. You know what I mean? It would just be so different. Yeah, it'd be great. No question. Who wouldn't want to do that, right?
It'd be a good time.
But it wouldn't be, to me, being with those days. My mom and both parents were born in Providence. So when my dad, when my grandmother on the Italian side finally passed away, she had a 3-decker house on Pomona Ave, right off of Federal Hill. Those typical Italian 3-deckers. They owned it. It was the only house she ever lived in. She moved here when she was 16, and she ended up marrying the guy who owned the house, my grandfather. It's kind of a crazy story. She died in the house. She lived in one house in America. She died when she was in her 90s.
In Providence.
Yeah, in Providence, yeah. So anyway, when she finally died, my father had to sell the house, so we went down there. It's funny. I think they got $80,000 for the house. It's talking about an awful investment all those years. Probably cost $1,000 when they built it. Who knows? So anyway, we go down there, and my father says, "Okay, the whole family goes down. Take whatever you want out of the house." So people are taking out TVs and couches and all this stuff. Because the house was 3 levels. So I went in after one thing, and it was the thing that my grandmother taught me how to cook, and it was that black iron pan sitting on that 4-burner electric white stove from the 40s. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, right? And it was the first time I'd been in that house where there was nothing in it. There was no food in that pan. Anytime I'd been there, there'd be a piece of meatball or sausage or something, So when I walked in the house, it was really weird. And there it was, sitting there on the stove. So I grabbed the pan, and then I go to leave. And I'm walking down the stairs, the crinkly old stairs, they're plastic on them. This is the funniest thing. I go out to the front. My dad's out on this little lawn out front. And he goes, "Stevie, what are you doing?" I go, "Dad, this is how it all started." At the time, I had 3 restaurants. I was probably in my early 30s. And I said, "Dad, this is where it started. This pan. This is how Nana taught Mom how to cook with this pan. She taught me how to cook. This is the pan, right?" And he looks at me and he couldn't believe it, because everyone's taking out significant stuff. And I got this insignificant, he's a businessman thinking, "Really? Is it the pan?" And he started crying. It was like, it was unbelievable. So of course everybody starts crying. And I never seen him cry my whole life. It was the first time and the last time. I never saw my father cry. I got in the car and I went back to Boston, and I still have that pan. It sits, I have the big Wolf stove in my kitchen.
Yeah.
And I have that metal thing going across, and it sits up on there, and I use it every once in a while. I still use that pan. And I always say to my family, you still got that TV from Nana's? This is 25 years ago. You still got Nana's TV? You still got that bed? No one has anything, right? My sister has one bureau left. Everyone else, everything's gone. But I got the pan.
I have one last question for you. So, if Davio's went away, no more Davios, what would you do?
I think I would. I don't know what I would. I don't.
Like
this is
what?
my life.
I know, but what?
I certainly wouldn't start another restaurant. That's for sure.
Right.
I always laugh. I'm sure you guys know people get out of real estate and they get back in, right? Restaurateurs get out, they get back in. I always once I'm out, I'm done.
You're done.
I'm done, and I'm not even close to being done. Actually,
right.
I don't know how.
But what would you do with your day? Like, what would you do? Are you gonna golf? Hang
I
at the
don't
beach?
golf. I'm a runner in the morning. I go running.
Would you cook?
It's a really that's a really good question. I probably would travel. I like to travel.
Right.
I would just probably go around the world and just keep seeing. I just love to go to new places, museums, and I like to eat.
Right.
Go to restaurants. I'll probably just. I'm not a home person. I don't really like being at home, and I kind of.
You want to go?
I would always be on the road. That's probably what I would. I'd probably get in a car and just try. Go somewhere.
And that's another way to get to know where people are at, because people say I would volunteer more, I would move to the beach, I would do whatever, and and I think you understand who people are, because a lot of times, and you're doing what you love, so this is play for you. This is your Monday is a Friday, like you love it.
Oh, I've been working 34 years.
Right. So but most people, unlike I'm going to say me too, they don't do what they love and what their purpose is. They do what they have to do to pay the bills, and that's not always satisfying, and it's not always fun. You can do nothing.
I could easily just
you can just stop.
But I don't know. I think I'm here for a reason. I'm here to be charitable. I do every charity thing I could think of.
Right.
I just think that I think it would be such a waste, because remember that guy asked me that question? Remember I did that speech at the North Shore thing, and he asked me if I died today, how would I feel or something? Remember that guy asked that question?
If you were going to die, are you ready to go or something?
Yeah. And
have you done everything you wanted to do?
Yeah. I was like, well, first of all, that would be sad if I died today. I mean, no one's ever asked me, like, would you die today?
See, my question was better.
Yeah.
It was more
the way you framed it.
Right.
He goes, if you died today, how would you feel? And I was like, well, not too good. Not too good. It was bad. But I feel like this, obviously I'm proud of what's going on, but I have so much more to give. Right? Don't you guys feel that? Who wants to die?
I do.
We're just getting started, right? I mean, you did 50 million, you're going to do 200 million, right? I mean, you're just going to keep going. I'm sure you've helped people get homes.
Right, and it's not, because it's not just about the money.
It's about helping people, So I would be so sad to go. And if you want to be in the restaurant business, it's nights, it's weekends, it's holidays, it's when everyone else is off, basically, right?
That's like the real estate business.
You guys have the same schedule as us, right? You work all the time.
Weekends,
right.
People don't care.
Right. So if you don't love it, get out.
Right.
We don't want you,
This has been an amazing lunch and time with Steve DiFillippo and the Matarosa brothers. I love you guys. Thanks. Will you guys come back?
Absolutely.
Will you come back?
Well, why don't we say I come back here? I actually work here, but
No, will you come back on my show?
He's not leaving.
So I think we need to plug here, right? If you want to go out to dinner, come to Davio's. If you want to buy some real estate,
that's right. And if you want to change your life, call me.
But if you like blondes, go somewhere else.
Yeah, that's it. That's awesome. That's right. All right, we'll see you next time on the Just Steph Show. I love you all. Wishing you love, balance, and peace. Ciao, ciao, baby. Love you.